I sat in the back seat with our 2 children. My body's just shutting down on me. I couldn't control anything.
He slowly, started to become fully paralyzed from the ground up, where he lost his ability to walk, and then he lost his ability to move his arms, his hands.
I had no idea what it was. I was completely scared, and about a week into it, I became completely paralyzed.
His breathing was getting worse and worse. There was some very, very scary days.
Guillain-Barre syndrome, or GBS, is an autoimmune disease that attacks the central nervous system, which strips the myelin sheath, exposing the nerves, causing you to become paralyzed. So I was intubated and on life support for 6 weeks. I did not have the ability to speak. I could do nothing. And it was incredibly difficult.
When Adam first arrived at Kindred, he was in pretty bad shape. He was still on a ventilator.
He was in complete respiratory failure. He had a tracheostomy tube to help him breathe. He had a feeding tube that provided him with nutrition and hydration. He basically could just blink his eyes to try to communicate something.
And what we saw for the first several days was he really was not able to pull much air into his lungs. The respiratory muscles were very weak.
I had a giant picture of my boys that I looked at every day. That was my inspiration to get better.
He was motivated for family. We brought pictures of his kids in, had different, cheer boards, and when he was doing physical therapy here, or just therapy in general, he would ask us to hold his kids up so he could see them. So as he was working, he knew what he was working toward. So that was probably his biggest motivation.
We would ask him to, try new tasks. Even if he was tired, even if he was having pains and spasms, he was up for at least giving it a shot.
He started to make some strides with moving his hands and just little things, right, that were progressing to becoming more of a, back to himself.
I started seeing him getting more strength, more coordination, particularly in his arms. He's able to use his phone, text his family, and eventually we made it to the point of him being on trials where you're just breathing totally on your own, no ventilator.
Every day we saw him, he could do something different. And we were able to really see his change and how rapid he was able to progress.
Hi everyone, thank you for your kind text messages.
So proud of him throughout the process, every day, very, very proud of him. And the kind of person he was before, he was great, selfless, very selfless. And now, people are calling him for, motivation all the time. He'll send us texts every day and says, there's not a bad day, just a bad attitude. So live today like it's your last, be happy. So it's very inspirational and very motivating.
It takes a village, and we have a big village here of staff, physicians, consultants, protocols, all of those things that all go into the care of a patient to be able to help them, give them the best chance to have the best possible outcome. For me to be able to play a role in getting him back home to those kids is, what could it be better, really, as a doctor?
See Adam come back to the facility after everything that he's been through was amazing. And just knowing that, the care that you provide and the work that you do here in this facility when someone's in that acute phase, that could ultimately result in the outcomes that he's been able to attain is amazing.
My name's Adam Aguirre. I'm 38 years old. I'm a husband and a father of 2. And I am a Guillain-Barre syndrome survivor. The team at Kindred helped me breathe again and get back to my wife and kids. And Dad is here to stay. Dad's not going anywhere.